Hello, how's everybody doing today? So we're going to be reviewing Felipe Anderson's SBC UEFA Champions League Road to the Final card. This card, in my opinion, is one of the best SBCs of FIFA 21 so far. Look at him with his walkout and all his glory. An absolutely tremendous card. I'm absolutely pleased with everything that not everything, as you will see, but at the initial base card stats, I saw that his reaction was 78, so I decided to put the marksman chemistry style on him, which you'll see me do, just because I wanted to bring it up a little bit. I wanted to bring it up a little bit just because I wanted that reaction to be nice, to see how well he did as a dribbler, as a player that I thought would be a really good addition to my squad. He's so good. He's so good that he makes me question why I've done 3 of the 4 Heung-min Son SBC like objectives or whatever. Like, I'm actually like, damn, should I have saved that SBC fodder? But we'll see. I'm sure Heung-min Son is gonna be worth it. But this is the Felipe Anderson review, so let's focus on him. So you can see the first touches that I gave to him. Hold up, we're gonna give it to him. You can see that he has the agility, he's a great dribbler. He's a tremendous dribbler. You can see from those first touches that, yeah, he can move with the ball really, really freaking good. Like, really good. Something interesting about him is his off-ball movement, which you'll see he tends to stay on the wings. Like he's a player that, yes, he has high medium work rate, and it also might be my formation, right? It might just be that my 4-4-2 formation doesn't allow him to get into the box, or maybe I can give him instructions or whatever. But I just think that he hold up, let me drink. Hold up, I got something in my throat real quick. Look at that. Absolutely takes the defender, dribbles it in, passes it in, and that should have been into the back of the net, honestly. Unfortunately, it wasn't. Sorry, I got a yawn. Yeah, but look, his physical strength. I can't believe this ball stayed. Just look at the absolute dribbling abilities that he has. And you saw that he kind of fought the player a little bit with his physicality. You're going to see that he plays a little bit like Adama Traore, in the sense that he has a physicality to go up and, make forward runs and aggressively, not be pushed off the ball. And he also has a capability of going back and being a nuisance and an annoyance in the defense. But his positioning is a little funky. And you'll see that his crossing is also something that needs a little bit of work. But look at this shot. Boom. Right? Doesn't score, but that's just a tricky, like, super nice shot that he took, like, out of nowhere, like literally created that out of nowhere. Like, most people don't see those free kick opportunities as an actual opportunity to score. But look, this is what I'm talking about. He just becomes a nuisance. He just doesn't let them go by easily. And yeah, sure, I fouled him, but he was a nuisance to Son. He wasn't just there. So going into the second half, I go and put him into the center mid position. I understand that the center mid position, he plays the cam, or he can play the cam. I put him in the center mid just because that works with my formation. And you can give him your specific instructions, but this is just how I played him. But overall, in the cam position or the center mid position, you'll see that he just isn't as effective, or my team isn't as effective overall if he plays there. He doesn't feel right. See, he's just kind of there, and I know this is really shitty dribbling, but he just doesn't feel. It feels weird. Like you want him to be on the wings to do forward runs, to get on the sideline and find some way, maybe a pass or a cross to put it in. But his crossing isn't great either. So, at least in my opinion, his crossing isn't great. But his dribbling is just tremendous. But yeah, You see his off-ball movement when he's in the midfield, like the cam or center mid. He just is kind of roaming outside the box. And maybe I should change his instructions, but it just didn't feel right. You know what I mean? Like, yes, some players have the capability of playing, cam or center mid, or playing in the central midfield, but it just didn't feel right. But look at this absolute cross, beautiful, and that was a through ball, by Felipe Anderson too. I forget who it was who crosses it in. So in the first game, he does decent, doesn't do anything too tremendous, but does decent. So here he has the ball. I'm out here doing some stupid dribbles. But see, look, he loses the ball, but he becomes a nuisance. Yeah, sure, he doesn't get it back again, but he bothers Leroy Sané. So that's something that I really enjoyed about this card, and yeah, you'll see that, yeah, his runs are really good, and his capability. Look, I screw that up again, but that's just on me. I'm not the greatest offensive player, but I really appreciate. I said that funny. I really appreciate. Look at these. Look at this. Look how he gets into these little spaces. Look at this. Look at this. But look his AI movement. He just stayed there on the sideline. He's not a player that will go in, but obviously you can change that with your instructions. So right here, I was trying to see if his player kind of gave me some space, but he didn't. But you see how he's just waiting there. You see how he's just on the sideline. He's not going in. He's not putting pressure. Maybe as a cam with specific instructions, he would be a little bit more offensive and more attack oriented. But as far as the way I played him, he wasn't that at all. He was a player that will, bring the ball up the sideline, make a pass or two, cross it in, and give, a striker the ability to score. But you see how he's all the way at the bottom of the screen, running with his hands like a little duck, right? This is the type of player that you're getting. These runs, this is his bread and butter. This is his bread and butter. That was a bad pass, but that was on me. That was just bad decision making. But this is your bread and butter. Look, this is what I'm talking about. You see how he lost the ball, but he had I say annoyance to the opposition. But look at this dribbling, dude. Come on, fam. Dude, one of the best dribblers that I have played with. And I don't, I haven't played with that many good players. Well, actually, that's not true. I haven't spent a lot of money on the game, so I haven't had like the Ronaldos or the Mbappes or the Neymars. But if you're getting players that are less than 200,000, yeah, he's probably the top three in the top three dribblers that I have played with. But he's a tremendous dribbler, and if you're needing him to be on the wing and get the ball and score, maybe that's not the player that Felipe Anderson is. But if you are looking for a player that runs through the wings, through the sideline, like he's doing right now, brings it in as much as possible, makes a pass like that, he's a perfect player for you. He's truly a perfect player for you. And even if he gets the opportunity to shoot and score, he has the capability of doing, which you'll see in a little bit, but he has the capability of doing that since he has 79 shooting. And I think it was like 80-something finishing, so it's not that bad, really. But look at that positioning. You see that AI positioning? He doesn't go into the box, but he does those, he does run through the sideline. So that's something that if you're looking to make a 1-2 touch, to your wing, he'll be a tremendous player, for you. Yeah, dude, I've played a couple games after this review, but I've fallen in love with this card. It's truly undervalued, really. Like, it's such a undervalued SBC. Look at that finesse shot, boom, right into the back of the net. He's a tremendous card. I think 84 for 84 what is it, ranked team or whatever, you need an 84 team for him. I think it's worth it, honestly. If you're not gonna get Son and invest all those coins, definitely get Felipe Anderson. Definitely get him. These are his stats. Yeah, you can see. I mean, the pace you don't have to touch. It's already great. The shooting goes up +10, and the shot power was interesting, and the long pass, because I felt like not just his shooting but his passing as well felt a little weak. It just felt a little weak. Let me go back a little bit to see these stats. It just felt a little weak. And there was a couple passes that he made that I just felt like didn't have the strength. His crosses definitely don't have the strength, which is something that I noticed that does kind of bring down the rating of the card a little bit, just because as a winger or a left or right midfielder, I prefer you to have decent crossing. And maybe it was just the times that I did it, but it just felt like he just doesn't have the power or the strength to get those long crosses into the box. But his dribbling, yeah, I mean, his dribbling is tremendous. Look at the stats: 92 agility, 90 balance, 78 +5 goes up to 82 reaction, which is what we wanted. We wanted his reaction to be a little bit better. His ball control goes from 87 +10 to 97, just tremendous. And then his dribbling from 90 to 99. So if this card goes through, which I'm hoping Porto do, I can't believe how tremendous this card will be. Like, Porto, pull through, because this card will be absolutely ridiculous. Might make you getting or not getting Heung-min Son worthwhile. It's just a tremendous card. And his physicality, I want to touch on his defense and physicality. So his defending, 58, but he has 73 interception. Facts. His interceptions are really, really good. And his heading, awareness, defensive or standing and slide tackle, yes, they're not the greatest. As you have seen through the video, it wasn't the greatest. But his physicality, from 59 +10 to goes to 69, basically 70, it is something for him to be able to nudge off other players, to be able to be a nuisance, to be annoying. I play my wingers and my right and left midfielders. I always come back on defense just because I'm a defensive oriented player. And when he did that, it just worked perfectly. He's an aggressive player, and his jumping really isn't too important. But yeah, overall, a tremendous card. I would rate him out of 5, a 4.5 out of 5. I think his passing and his crossing is something that brings his card down a little bit, but if this card goes through, if Porto goes through, I'm sure those will be boosted up and it'll be better. But as of right now, it's a 4.5 out of 5 just because of the passing and yeah, the passing and the crossing. It just feels a little weak. His crossing comes out to 82 in the stats, but it just doesn't feel, I don't know. Maybe like a +5 on that will make it better. And let me see. It's interesting. Yeah. Tremendous card. Other than the passing and the crossing, it's a tremendous card. And his stats don't seem to be bad. Anyway, I really want to thank you all for watching. If you like this type of review, go ahead and hit the like button. This is my first time doing this, so I'm hoping it's not too bad. Anyway, I love you guys. Have a good day. Bye-bye.